Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Learn with Sush. Today we are going to talk about something really interesting and important for our health. That is glycemic index or response. But do you know what they really means? And why do they matters? Well, in this video I will explain what the glycemic index is and how it works, about glycemic load, what we means by glycemic response and how it affects our body, the factors that change your glycemic response, and how we can use this knowledge to improve our health and energy level. So stick around to learn how the foods we eat can impact our blood sugar and how we can make smarter choices for better health. Let's get started. First, we need to know what is glycemic index. The glycemic index is a scale from 0 to hundreds that measures how quickly a food raises blood glucose level. It is a scale that ranks carbohydrates on how they affect blood sugar level. It depends on the type and amount of carbohydrate as well as the factors like fat and proteins contained, the presence of organic acid, and how the food is cooked. Food with a high GI like white bread or sugary snacks cause your blood sugar to rise quickly, whereas food with a low GI like whole grain or most fruits release their sugar more slowly, keeping our blood sugar more stable. The higher the GI, the faster your blood glucose increases. And the lower the GI, the slower and steady that rises. This can have a big impact on how you feel throughout the day, your energy level, and even your long-term health. When we talk about the glycemic index, there are actually different type of indexes to consider based on how food affect our blood sugar. There are three types of glycemic index. One is high glycemic index, medium glycemic index, and low glycemic index. High glycemic index. Food in these categories have a GI value of 70 or more. They cause a sharp increase in blood sugar. Example include like white bread, sugary cereals, potatoes, etc. This food can give quick burst of energy, but it is often followed by crash. Medium glycemic index, food with a GI between 56 to 69 are in these categories. They have a moderate impact on blood sugar. Examples are food like brown rice, whole wheat bread, and certain fruits like pineapples. They offer a steadier release of energy than high GI food, but not as slow as low GI options. Low GI, so food with a GI of 55 or lower are in the low GI categories. These food release sugar into your bloodstream more slowly and steadily, helping to keep your energy level more consistent. Examples are sweet potatoes, lentils, and most non-starchy vegetables. So by understanding these different types, you can make a smarter food choices to maintain steady energy and avoid those blood sugar spikes and crashes. So here are some list I have mentioned the different type of glycemic index. We have talked about the glycemic index, but there is another important concept called glycemic load or GL. While GI tells us how quickly of food affect a blood sugar, and GL, glycemic load, takes into account both the GI and the amount of carbohydrate in a typical serving of that food. Here is how it works. Glycemic load is calculated by multiplying the GI of the food by the amount of carbohydrate in a serving and then divided by the 100. The formula looks like this. And you can see glycemic load is categorized into 3 types: low GL, medium GL, high GL. 10 or less than 10 is low GL, medium is 11 to 19, whereas high GL is 20 or more. So you can see the 3 examples given here. So after knowing glycemic index and glycemic load, let's move to the glycemic response. This refers to how your body reacts to the carbohydrate in the food you eat. Especially when you eat food, your body breaks down the carbs into sugar, that is glucose, which enters into your bloodstreams. The glycemic response is basically the speed and size of that rise in the blood sugar. For example, if you eat something with a high GI like white rice or sugary snacks, your blood sugar can spike quickly. This often leads to a fast burn of energy, but it might be followed by a crash, making you feel tired or hungry again soon after. On the other hand, if you eat something with a low GI like beans or whole wheat bread, the sugar enters your bloodstreams more gradually, giving you a steady and sustained energy boost. There are several factors that can actually change glycemic index. Type of carbohydrate. Different carbs affect blood sugar differently. Simple sugar like those in candy or colas tend to raise blood sugar faster, while complex carbohydrate like those in whole grains or vegetables release sugar slowly. Amount of fiber. Food that are high in fiber like beans or whole grains generally have low GI. Fiber slows down the digestion and absorption of carb, helping to keep blood sugar level steady. Fat and protein content. Food with a higher fat or protein content can lower the GI of a meal. Fat and protein slows down the digestion, ripeness of the food. The ripeness of fruits affect their GI. For example, a green banana has a lower GI than a fully ripe banana because starches in the green banana are digested more slowly. Processing and cooking. How a food is processed or cooked can raise its GI. For example, whole grains generally have a lower GI than refined grains. Also, cooking method matters. Boiling pasta keeps it a lower GI than it is fried or overcooked. And moving to the presence of acid or vinegars. Food with a vinegar or organic acid can lower the GI of a meal. This acid helps slow down how quickly the carbs are digested. You can see the chart here, factor affecting glycemic response. After this, we need to know how to optimize glycemic response. Choose low to medium GI food. As we discussed, food with a low GI release sugar slowly, keeping your blood sugar stable. Focus on whole grain, legumes, non-starchy vegetables, and most fruits like berries or apples. Number 2 is peer food for a balanced diet. Combine high GI food like white bread or potatoes with low GI option like green leafy vegetable, protein or healthy fats. This slows down the absorption of sugar, leading to a more gradual rise in blood sugar. Number 3 is eating high fiber diets. Food high in fiber such as vegetable, beans and whole grains have a lower GI and helps to control our blood sugar level. Fiber slows digestion and release of glucose into the bloodstreams, keeping you full longer and preventing energy crashes. So number 4, incorporate healthy fats and protein, including healthy fats like avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and lean proteins like fish, meat, or tofu in your meal helps to lower the GI, glycemic index, of the entire meal. These macronutrients slow down digestion, resulting in a steadier glycemic responses. Number 5, control portion size. Even with a low GI food, eating large proportion can still spike your blood sugar. So try to focus on a balanced portion size to keep your glycemic load in check. Eating whole food. Minimize processed food. Whole food like fresh vegetable, fruits and unprocessed grain tend to have a lower GI compared to the processed counterpart. Avoiding highly refined or sugary food helps you to maintain a more stable glycemic response. Number 7 is consider food preparation method. How you cook your food matters. For example, steaming vegetables instead of boiling preserves more fiber and nutrients. Number 8 is vinegar. Adding vinegar or citrus to your meal can lower the GI. For example, a salad with a vinegar-based dressing can help slow the sugar control and improve lung health. This is about the glycemic index and glycemic response. Thank you for watching my video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.